so far with this project, we've found a bowl in our house that we want to use as a mold. We pressed clay inside it to take on that form. We smoothed out the outside, we scraped the inside, we smoothed out the inside and compressed it so it's really packed in there and tight. Then we leveled the rim and we flipped it onto our board, right? So we made a bowl that looks like this. So it has a flat rim on it. Then we flipped it over so it's sitting like this on its rim. And then we smoothed, the second thing we did is we smoothed the outside. So we scraped it with our fork or with a pin tool, a needle tool, or a serrated rib. And then we smoothed that all out and we compressed the outside of the bowl by smoothing it, okay? Now, the last thing that we need to do to have a simple, basic bowl is to do something to this rim, okay? Typically, what we want to do is round out this rim. So what we might want to do is, to make this bowl softer, if we think about what this bowl is, we're going to be holding this in our hands, maybe bringing it up to our face. So typically you want to have a little bit of softness to it. So that softness might come in a simple way of rounding out and smoothing out that rim. So if I look at a cross section of this bowl, we've got really thick, flat rim here. So by softness, I mean rounding this out. So we could start by taking some sort of knife tool, a cutting tool, and chopping a little bit off of the rim there, and a little bit of there, to give it an angled bit. And then we can take a sponge or even just our wet fingers or a cloth and kind of go around this and round out the rim. So give this a little bit of a roundness and a softness. So it feels cleaner, smoother. The roundness of the rim kind of mimics the roundness and the shape of the bowl as well. Okay guys, so what we're kind of looking to do here is take this bowl that has this flat edge on it and give it a little bit of softness. Okay, so what I mean by that is this bowl is round, it has a nice curve on the inside. We smoothed it out. I'm probably going to do a bit more smoothing in there. But then it comes up and it's got this edge on it here and here, an edge on the outside and on the inside. And I want to make that softer. I want to make that cleaner, more refined, and so it feels nicer in your hands and when you bring that up to your face if you're going to drink out of it. So now if I kind of walk you through it, what I might do is take some type of edge tool and kind of trim a little bit of an angle off the rim here on the interior edge. And then do the same on the outside. Just trimming a little bit of an angle off of this. And I guess you guys don't have a banding wheel, so if I want to do this just on the table, that works almost the same. Just kind of spinning it into it. If you mess up, you can score the area. Like if you cut too much out, you can score that area and kind of add a little bit of soft clay and then let that firm up and then come back to it tomorrow, kind of touch it up tomorrow when it's firmed up. Kind of cut it back a little bit or whatever. But I'm trying to kind of give this a little bit of a softness as I go here. And then I can come around with, I have a sponge and some water here, but I could also just use my fingers to kind of soften those cut lines now. So I'm kind of digging into them. Just this little section right here. If you have like a rag or even a piece of paper towel or a sponge, That would work real nice. So I'm kind of going over it with my fingers, and then I can round this out. So see the difference between this edge right here that's rounded versus this edge that's cut. It's got those lines in it. So there's a bit of softness, as we've been saying, to this. If I compare these two bowls, this one that we just kind of worked on that rim, that edge a little bit, versus this one that's really sharp and flat, this one has, again, a softer, more refined feel to it. Okay?